Hello, what up though? My family, how to build a brand through storytelling. Welcome to a live conversation with Adriane Mays. And we have an amazing guest lined up here today. We are going to have so much fun. We're going to keep it simple and easy. Real talk, real women, real results. So we're going to talk about the 7-day quick start playbook, to authentic lead generation for real estate professionals. But I am so excited to have Tanisha Renee Brown. She's here waiting and going to talk with us here today in regards to our conversation. I am your host. What up, though? Adriane Mays and Being the Change LLC. And we're here to seriously real talk, real women, real results. And it's powered by just the opportunity of growing and building and understanding your brand online and offline. So we're not having any fluff. We're talking results, legacy, elevation, and it's one authentic story at a time. So we're diving into the playbook in order to day 6 of the playbook and talking about literally your story, how to grow and build and understand your story, and knowing that within your story, it's going to be some ups and downs and challenges in regards to the 7-day quick book. It's so funny today. I was watching the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA, got the number 1 pick out of everybody. It was a 1.8% chance in order for them to get that pick. And you know what that told me? Seriously, it's literally that anything can happen if you just put yourself in a position. Miracles happen. So whether you're a real estate professional, an entrepreneur, a hard worker, someone trying to build your digital empire online, you're home. I'm not a guru. I literally just know that the perfect step is just taking the action. And I started honestly with 120 leads popping up on my Facebook when I was doing a lead generation for my mortgage brokerage, Being the Change LLC. And what I realized is just the power and the online power. So you're in the right place and you're literally having a playbook to be able to run the plays together and not be alone. That's the whole point and purpose of these actual live presentations. So the 7-day quick book, as we see here today, we have Tanisha Brown with Keller Williams Memorial. We're going to have an amazing, real cool conversation, and we'll go through the whole layout for the Tuesdays that we have lined up here. But the great thing is, hey, we're here together. We're going to grow and build together as well. And if you could, if you're here today, give me one piece of advice to your younger self. What would it be? We're going to have fun with it. That's one of the questions that we're going to end with. And so buckle up. I have Tanisha Brown that's coming on board. And she's, like I said, a realtor with KW Memorial. And she is actually a grandmother, a mother, a powerhouse legacy, a hard worker, and has worked with Enyka Gaines and the Tax Extraordinaire and myself in regards to just building people in their financial legacy. And hearing her story and her providing her bio saying that she literally is living for her granddaughter. I thought about my grandparents, honestly, this morning, both of them rest in heaven. But how you get that grandmother, that love, that kind of love you don't get anywhere ever. And so with Tanisha, just having that passion to be able to have her message, to create her legacy, not only for her children, and her son is buying a house with a VA loan, let's not forget that, but also just being able to grow and build yourself. This is her first live. So in the comments, make sure you show her some love. Thank you, Jackie, so much for showing up and being able to support us here in the journey. But again, make sure you just get the playbook. We'll go over that later, but I want to bring this powerhouse on right now. So please welcome Tanisha Renee Brown to the actual live here today. Thank you so much, Tanisha, for your time. Love it. We're going to take it real simple and easy. Like I told you, we'll go back and forth with a few questions, do our top 5, and then we'll find out some of those answers in regards to like that one thing you would change about yourself, like tell your old self, okay?
Thanks so much, Adriane. I really appreciate the opportunity. And
no worries at all. So like I said, real talk, real strategy. So let's just start out with jump right into the first question, right? So everyone has a passion. We all have, sometimes even our why. My why has changed so many different times in life, but that part is arbitrary. But just thinking about that, what helps you find your purpose and kind of show up for confidence as a realtor, just as an individual, period?
So that's a great question, Adriane. Right. So here's the thing. One of my whys is my granddaughter. Just a really brief story as to I unfortunately didn't get a chance to grow up with my parents' biological mother. And so that had always instilled in me what I wanted and be able to instill in my granddaughter. And by me having boys at the time, unfortunately, I didn't have the means to be able to provide for them and do some of the things that I can now with my granddaughter. So leaving a legacy for her is definitely impactful to me. And knowing that I'm able to teach her and watch her grow and see the thing and just watching life through her eyes have been amazing. Because when you're parenting, you're on the go, you don't get a chance to see the day to day while you're raising your children. But now, as a grandmother, to sit back and know all the things that I can instill in her, it is a phenomenal feeling. I can't even explain it. I mean, I
Oh,
could try.
that is amazing. Oh my God. And I know she has to adore you.
Oh
Is
my,
she the one that like just run around, follow right behind you the whole time?
leaving out of the house because she's with me right now for a short period of time, as you said, while my son is in a process of purchasing a home. So to be able to leave the home and hear her cry, or I come in and she lights up, like that is a feeling like no other. That's, yeah, you can't buy that. That is, it just feels amazing.
That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for that as well.
Of course.
So if I had to even flip that scenario in regards to kind of understanding it, thank you so much. All that realty is in the house. They want to make sure we let them know as well. Thank you for the support. But in
Awesome.
thinking about how my why has changed so much, my foundation, CCC Because We Care Foundation, has always been my why. We're celebrating 15 years. And like you said, like here, seeing grandparents and seeing mothers and seeing legacy in itself, it's such an amazing transformational time, because you don't know what you don't know, because we're growing up. So just to hear how you've impacted your granddaughter or what have you, I just thank you for sharing that as well. So
Right. So no, it's always been important to me. I've grown up watching my mom be a phenomenal stay-at-home mom. So just having that servitude heart to be able to serve. So I've just taken that into my relationships,
okay.
even if they're in real estate. Being able, of course, no one's perfect, but I've always tried to be a great mom to my boys, a great wife to my husband, and now a phenomenal grandmother to Gianna, right? Because she is now who I do it for. I mean, I'm grateful that I've set my boys up and they are set up in such a way that they can fend for themselves now. And I know my granddaughter will be as well, but just to have an impact in her life, to be able to leave that bit of legacy is I can't explain it. That's what all I can say. I'm trying to, but I don't think the words is there quite yet, because it's still early on. She'll be 3 in September.
Oh,
So,
and that's so great. Look, does she do the terrible twos, or is it literally not
it's
even?
with me because I'm grandma. She just started that. Please, okay. Go ahead, you can have it. I'm mush for her, but her dad definitely keeps her grounded, and the things that I let slide, he definitely makes sure that it's not happening with him. So,
I love it.
It's a great balancing act. Her mom is in the military as well, so she's going to be great. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh. And thank you so much. I mean, their service, I couldn't imagine. Like, I know they get some great benefits, don't get me wrong, but the work that they do, and then literally having your what is it called? So it's your son, and so the wife, and you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Family
yeah. Exactly,
in the military as well. Just thank you for
and my youngest son as well. So just having that servitude heart, that's where we come from. Like I said, just watching my mom and my dad, it has been impactful to us. So I just carry that out. And throughout, even with being a realtor, what's important to me is relationships and not transactions, right? We can continuously make transactions back to back, but what's long lasting and legacy even is being able to have those lasting relationships. I have relationships with clients now that I even call my aunt, and so many of them are like close friends. So that means the world to me, to be able to impart a friendship with doing these transactions, and of course being able to make a living from it is great, but being able to continuously have relationships well after that transaction is huge for me.
And let's talk a little bit about that. So like just working across just being a realtor, like that right there, that profession is one of something, seriously, because you deal with so many, like you said, it's all about relationships, but you deal with so many things that can change the underwriting, the loan, because it's a whole three piece, right? You have
Absolutely.
yourself, you have the closing table, you have the finances you have to work with. In regards to like looking at your story, how does that all bring in regards to just building connection? How do you create those relationships, and then how do you take it a step further, even deciding to do something like that when I send you a random text like, Adriane, you want me to do what, and just
Yeah.
agreeing to go live? Like, how do these relationships in your life, just how does that impact, how does that work for you?
So it monumental, right? It's just the key steps on making sure that you continue to pour into people, right? When you're pouring into people and you're developing what it is that they absolutely need. And it again all boils back to that servitude heart and being able to share. And one of the things I notice with people, they love truth and honesty. And when you
Mm-hmm.
come from a place of honesty at time, and people like to do business with people they love, trust, and like, even, right? And
Right,
so
right.
when you're having those relationships and you building that foundation, that leads and transcends into everything. It goes into family, it goes into business. So leading to me with 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 integrity, truth, and as well as growth. Because
Mm-hmm.
once you're telling your truth, you have growth in that. You have to have accountability in that. And I think that transcends with all of the relationships that I'm now starting to fester.
And then IHY Adonis asks,
Pause.
how is it being a grandparent? How is it being a grandparent?
It is, it's fun, it's exciting. It is, at times, I'm still learning to balance, right? Unfortunately, I didn't have a grandmother, biological grandmothers, because I have to be careful when I say that, because my father had a stepmother that was amazing and she treated us great. And my
Mhm.
mother had a stepmother, right? So I did have those grandmother figures.
Mhm.
However, just having that maternal bond, knowing
Right.
that some of the things that I do or some of the characteristics I have, that she picked those up as well from me. So being a grandmother is one of the stories I guess I can share. Is once my oldest nephew was born, my dad went down the street showing everyone a picture of him in his wallet. And
Uh-huh.
that's exactly what it feels like. You want to tell the world
Right.
how amazing your granddaughter or your grandchild is, and you want to show the pictures, and you want to tell it about the thing that they latest accomplished. So it's a fantastic feeling, Adriane, for
I
sure.
love it. I love it. So, and that's the great thing about, just life in general, right? So, did you want to ask me a question, or you want me to keep going? Because you're not gonna keep going.
What? Yeah. No worries at all. But I did write some questions down, because again, this is my first time, so I gotta have to put some things down on paper. I didn't want to be all over the place. That's for sure.
No
Um,
worries.
so one of the things I have noticed with you, Adriane, you've worked across everything from mortgages to nonprofits to now even AI. How do you tie all of that into a story that builds connections and even trust online?
Come on, that's an amazing question. So, you know what? Honestly, when I even think about it myself, and great question, seriously, Tanisha, it's all like you said. It's all about authenticity and realizing that growing within yourself and knowing yourself, and then you have this whole new AI world that's coming about,
Mm.
where it's so many things that can change instantaneously. So authenticity, and especially I created Chad, which is like Chat GPT from the D. So that's my own little fun way to kind of. But if you just thinking about leveling up, so just creating the mortgage consulting. I used to have my mortgage brokerage, being the Change LLC, and now transforming that into a digital real estate marketing firm type thing, because of now I can't,
And that's
sobriety.
fantastic.
Sobriety is real. So, but you learn what you learn. And what I've
Right.
realized is, instead of of hiding behind the things that I've done correct and incorrect, right? Just tying it all together is just being authentic. Just like when you try to go get a mortgage or you have somebody, you have to sit down with them in regards to getting their house for the first time. You have to kind of get a blueprint of what's happened, how we're going to get there. That's literally the same piece in regards to just the why behind this. Because I know, like, I don't know, but if things would have gone differently in regards to this online space, knowing the power of funnels and automation and mentorship, right? Where our brokerage would have gone, but but you know, the direction that God has us in now, I love the platform because I really don't have a fear in regards to public speaking. I love engaging people. You know, Katia, hey, I want to make sure, and Carol, hello as well. But you know, these things are just, that's who I am, right? And so now finally being able to go to bed and be able to be so excited about waking up and literally working for yourself as an entrepreneur too. This sounds crazy. So,
no, I get it. Yeah.
but you know, I literally I enjoy being able to help people start to understand this AI game. People understand that, you know, the whole thing with relationship building, and you can be authentic, and I'd rather be myself. And then using Chat GPT just takes it to another height.
To tailor it for you, absolutely.
And then literally just be able to show other people that they can do the same. So just the mortgage game, you know, people get 1 or 2 houses in their whole life if you're not like a real estate investor or, you know, things that we do. So that trust factor is so real for me because, again, I've failed. I can be honest and say I didn't do everything right. But at the same time, what people want to see is you pick yourself up and where you're going to actually end up, because that's what life is. Life is messy. And so, you know, I hate when you have to go through the mortgage process. They want the credit score to be this. They want the, you know, your IPAC to be your income, property, assets, your credit to be at a certain level. But at the end of the day, honestly, it's all about what we can do to help each other. Just like, you know, you and I connected, just listening and learning from each other. So that kind of ties into the next part of my question for you. And so great question, seriously. So like in regards to just like, what's one part of your story? Because again, being in Houston now, you're, you know, your granddaughter having military parents, like your parents just relocating to Houston from Detroit. What up though? So, you know what I mean? We got to give them what up though, definitely. Right. But what's like one part of your story that you were afraid to share, right? But it ended up being that most special part by connecting with maybe some of your clients or even just in Houston in general?
That is a good question, Adriane. Thank you. I think one of the things that I've been most insecure about is not finishing my education and using my first name, right? And I've come to know now the things that are insecure, that I was insecure about, are the things that I lead with now the most, because once again, people want to work with people that they can trust. And once I start, oftentimes it doesn't come up, but once it does, I'm able to be transparent with that. With my name, that in itself, I was always Tanisha in Detroit, right? You know, we have a Black mayor and a Black chief of police, things where I didn't experience, unfortunately, racism until moving down here. And so needing to putting out resumes and things with the same education and the same experience. And with Tanisha, last name was different at the time, putting that information out, I got nothing. And so when I use Renee, using my middle name, I start getting all the bites. And so you don't know who I am once we get on the phone, and we're able to, unfortunately, have to code switch. And so utilizing that. And so now I own Tanisha. I know that I want to work with people that want to work with me. And it began to be, I knew that someone was going to know immediately who I was just by looking at the name. And so that, again, was an insecurity. But now I love it. I am Tanisha Renee, and that is who I am. And I am very proud to utilize my name now. And so it's not as though I'm not using Tanisha Brown, but there are so many. Once I, again, using Renee, I had gotten so many transactions under my belt. And a Renee Brown, excuse me, I thought I had my phone on, do not disturb. As a Renee Brown end up getting some credit for my transactions, so to speak, because of the name. You say Renee Brown, they just assume. And so I had to do a lot of finagling back and forth to get that back. And so I just hands down wanted to stick with Tanisha Renee, and that's who I am. And I want to be able to brand myself across all platforms as that.
I
So
love it.
that definitely it had been one of the insecurities of
I,
mine.
I love it. I love it. And thank you everybody again for showing up. If you are definitely enjoying today, please put a 1 in the comments. Because again, we want to make sure that we're giving these information that you guys can relate with. And then I'm gonna turn it back on you, Tanisha, if you got a question for me. And then Adonis has another question for you. I'll post that one up as well. So that's kind of cool that he has as well.
Oh, nice. I like I said, I did write down a couple, Adriane. I apologize, but
No, you're
so
good.
I
You're doing
noticed that
amazing.
because we have had a relationship over the years, and some of the things that I've known you've built and sustained your reputation on being deeply involved in your community, being in a sorority, and the things that you do. How do you show up consistently online, right, without burning yourself up? Because just my day to day dealing with my family and then clients, it can be a burnout, especially if you try to get on social media. So how do you implement it?
Thank you as well. That amazing question. Crazy, but honestly, this AI is crazy. When I first started the digital marketing journey, and when I started, it was more so I was doing stuff seriously, like crazy, but I didn't know it was AI. I didn't know about CapCut. I didn't know about Chat GPT, like because it literally came out right
I'm
when I
still
started
struggling
doing
with.
this. Right. And so I'm literally seeing the opportunity that I can make $180,000 a month with this digital thing. So all I was doing was focusing on what I had to do, right? But then when
Sure.
I got, I started investing in so many different programs, like, and then Facebook ads, but I got kicked out of Facebook ads. And I did Google ads, got kicked out of Google ads. And then, I started going organic, which means you don't have to do any type of paid ads, doing things, for free, but it took time. But my end goal is to help my foundation, just my passion, being the president of CCC Because We Care Foundation, right? Being adults of my for 18 years, being around nothing but community. And then you got this online space where people like that look like you and I that are making millions. I was like, because my cousin played professional basketball, so I've been in billionaire homes. I've been around,
Mhm.
I've seen it. So I'm like, okay, I mean, 6 figures is cool, but 9 figures is even better. So that's where,
Exactly. That's where money resides.
right. So the billionaire journey, and I'm so excited. This is day 365 of the billionaire journey, right?
Mhm.
So counting up for it is literally just showing that what's possible, like not having any type of limits. So how to do all of this online is to get the mentorship. I've joined this mentorship and this amazing coach, and I have had some great mentors. Don't get me wrong, but he's like 101 and wants to get me to millionaire status and then to billionaire status. And
Right.
so, having that rah-rah cheer on, when you don't know what's going to happen, because you have ups and downs. And I was watching Grant Cardone yesterday with his training, and he's like, money equals speed. Like, not my line name was Flash. Like, everybody wants to make money now. But
Mhm. Mhm.
if you're trying, like you said, trying to build legacy for your granddaughter, like if I'm trying to build legacy for those that are coming after me, showing this little girl from Detroit, Michigan, what up though again,
Right.
can actually make change, and then I can actually impact, be the own, like CCC. I have a vision to be our own NAACP, like taking it to the
Mhm.
next level, but it takes money. And so I'm doing the work now, and so much just to make sure that the things that will come in the future will be able to just help other people see what's possible with this online space. So educating yourself and just
Right.
re-engineering this employment, just the whole retirement system and just how the system works,
Mm.
creating systems that will attract people to know what's possible. And so I do want to take, a second just to say thanks for James for showing up and Katia for showing up. Oh, Miss Matthews showing up. Thank you, Miss Matthews. Lindsay, thank you so much for showing up. Look at love. Come on, that's love right there. Jackie, thank you
That
for showing up as
is
well.
grateful. Thank you guys.
And then Adonis had a quick question as for you too that I can interject. He was asking, like, what trends, Tanisha, are you seeing in the market right now that buyers or sellers should be paying attention to? Great question. All that
Great
realty in the house.
question.
That's
Awesome,
an awesome one.
Adonis.
Come
That's
on,
my
Adonis.
youngest. So the trends that I'm noticing right now, it's a buyer's market, right? I specialize in new construction. I generally like that. They give so many incentives, and you just get a lot of bang for your buck with that. But again, with sellers, there are buyers out there.
Yeah.
It goes hand in hand. And so it just depends on where you are and what your timeline is, on what you're trying to do and what transaction that you actually trying to make, whether you want to buy a home or you're trying to sell a home. So the time is now if it's for you and you're ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. So the market is always fluctuating, but it's really catered to what your needs and financial responsibility can hold.
And then
I hope that
like
answers your question.
great answer. And so like Tamara agrees. She said absolutely. So so with that,
She's a
I'm
beautiful
going to go
person.
right into our next question, right? So for someone that leads with an amazing brand, and for yourself, you know, you have over 5,000 friends on Facebook, you have such a successful mortgage process, realtor process going down in Houston, and even just telling your story, like, you know, transitioning into being with Keller Williams Memorial, like, what would you say that what part of your story makes you feel like it's, you know, because you text me this and said too, like, my story isn't big enough, right? You told me that too, like, but your story, I kept telling you, your story is amazing. Oh my God. But like, what would you say to those that, you know, have that same kind of mindset? And that Miss
So,
Matthew said, Mr. Bobo, that's my Mr. Bobo.
here's the thing, right? Something that I've learned: your story is already enough because it's yours, right?
Yes.
You don't need to be dramatic or have a dramatic beginning or a perfect path to lead a brand or to even build a community.
That's right.
People connect with truth, what we were speaking about before, growth and a caring heart. So show up as you are and grow as you go. That's one of the things I love to say: grow as you go. And so that has been huge for me. Getting in real estate, you don't always know what you don't know, and you learn as you go, and as you go you do grow. So I just think that has definitely always been a good mantra for me. People
Okay.
connect with truth.
That I love it. I love it. And then now I'm gonna take a quick commercial break here and just kind of showcase people how to actually do the playbook. You know, in regards to like to actually download as well for themselves, is just to go to realestate.beingachange.llc.com. And the whole goal is like a 7-day quick start playbook to authentic lead generation for real estate professionals, for first time home buyers without ads, funnels, or feeling salesy. So in the ebook, the whole purpose of it literally was to stop getting leads and, like you said, just kind of you're having your story. Everybody has one, but it's okay to need help. So once you put your information in regards to you'll get the ebook to your email right away. And if you don't receive the ebook, then what you want to do is make sure check your spam. You know, so it's simple and easy. Let me just show people, for the people in the back. You just literally put your
How to get
information
to
in
it.
here.
Absolutely.
Right. And so, you know, it's okay because at times, you know, it's okay to be able to have a visual. So
I
you'll
need
know you're in the
quite
right
often.
place because you'll literally land on this page. And what it will show you is me again. What up, though? And and that way, if you don't see it in your email, once you get to this page, you also can click here, and it will bring up the playbook for you to actually go. You know, the actual playbook for you to go to. So I am the author, yay! And you know, so make sure you download your playbook and go to the link that's here below. And so I'm gonna go into our third question as well. And make sure, again, if you have questions, make sure you put them in the chat. You know, I'm loving, you know, the engagement. Tamara Johnson asked a question as well. I wanted to make sure I captured her. She said, if you're planning to get your home ready for sale for the future, what key areas should we concentrate on now to ensure we stand out against new construction?
That is a good question,
It
Tammy. I
is.
love
Come on,
that.
Tamara.
Um,
Nice.
the kitchen is always a great showcase, right? Your kitchens, your bathrooms, those are areas to where generally people can see themselves doing life, living life in their home. So when you are able to kind of capture a great nuance of that space, oftentimes getting with your lender to see, because new construction does offer a lot of incentives. So sometimes when you can get with your lender to see what incentives that they can offer for someone that's coming for a resale as well. So they have little different things that you can do that will make your home stand out against someone else that may have their home on the market. And also getting with a good realtor that'll help you out along the way.
And we're going to make sure, Tanisha, you make sure you let people know that, you know, where they can contact with you. Just drop that. Make sure you drop that in the comments if you can, or if not, just I'll make sure I showcase your page too. And thank you, Jackie, as well. She said that's beautiful. Grow as you go. That comment that you made before.
Thanks, Jackie.
Awesome. So, you know, so I'll bring up your page. I know you had a question for me as well.
I did. And so that's one of the things that's a little difficult for me, typing in the chat and doing all the things. So I'm Tanisha Renee, Realtor on all social media platforms.
I got you. No worries.
Thank you.
The great thing is, you know, it's your first time, but you're doing amazing. So, you know, I want you guys to make sure you go to Tanisha's page, show her some love.
Thank you.
Support. She's in Katy, Texas. You know, she's from the D. You know, again, you know, I'm gonna hit it one more time. What up, though?
What up, though?
You know,
although I gotta get used to some love because I done been here longer than actually I was there in Detroit. So of course, what up, though? West Side Detroit, but I also gotta get some H-Town love. Hey, H-Town. So no, my question that I do have for you. First of all, I want to learn more of. I know you, right? And I've been knowing you for years. But who's your cousin that plays professional ball? Can we know a little bit about that?
No worries. Katia Jones wanted to tell you that you're an amazing realtor. So even before I answered that, I'll tell you that. So she said you're amazing.
Tosha, thank you. I appreciate
you. Irene Matthews, of course, she said loving this lady. So thank you so much for the support. So much. And so my cousin Chris Bosh, he's actually NBA Hall of Famer now. And so what I did was start with him, you know, with the Chris Bosh Foundation 7 years ago. Worked with him for 7 years, excuse me. So while we were in Toronto, we were in Dallas. That was literally when I realized that helping people, that's something I can do. So I have an engineering background and a master's in business from Murray State University. And when I was graduating from Murray, my plan was to come back to Detroit and actually work with GM and do engineering management type thing. But he was actually graduating from Georgia Tech and I'm going to the actual league. And so, you know, it was just starting his foundation from ground up. It was an amazing experience. And then literally seeing like Toronto is like 3 hours from Detroit, but it's crazy. I'd never been. But now it's like a second home. Just the T-Dot is just so many different cultures and environments. So that was the best part of my life. That's like I said.
Yeah, I remember seeing all the traveling. That was so cool.
Yes. So I'm literally trying to relive my youth. So building this billionaire brand because like he showed me seriously, Tanisha, like resilience. At the end of the day, we were in Toronto. Nobody knew about the Toronto Raptors back then. So it was an extra level of work because the people didn't want to travel. People couldn't get across the border just because in Canada. But he showed me what's possible. And then if you put your head down and do the work and then getting into the NBA Hall of Fame, like, of course, when he went down with LeBron and Dwayne Wade, I mean, that's when he played with the Miami Heat. That's when he was more
you guys
so
were
known.
In the Olympics too, right?
He went to the Olympics. He's done the greatest things that you can do as a basketball player. But the things he did off the court, with his foundation, with his wife, Adriane Bosh, with their children as well, like the growth and things that they're doing in the Adriane, you can't get away from me, right? But you know, seriously, the things that they've done and it has inspired me to do as well. And that's what led me to starting my foundation. So, you know, he's my inspiration. And so Tamara Johnson, she says she knows Chris. She's from Dallas. Oh, you want to Lincoln High School? And we did SAT prep and we did basketball camps at Lincoln High School. So that's, look at there, right there.
Yeah, circle back around. So I do have a last question though for you, Adriane.
Yes.
What's your personal mindset or your mantra when you show up on social media, especially like on the days when you feel overwhelmed or unsure about things? How do you continue to keep it going?
Amazing question again. And then I have to go with up though to Bean Gamble. And then
what up now?
It's Divine. So grateful, say loving it, Tanisha. So, you know, you're getting some love out here because you are amazing. But honestly, my mantra is I can, I will, I shall be victorious, you know, and, you know, knowing that God has a plan, you know, that's my leader literally, in understanding that everything takes a process. I'm excited to say I'm 17 months sober and I'm on the sobriety journey. And this is like, I've been to 48 out of the 50 steps. I've been international. Like I said, I used to live in Toronto. I did all these different things, but this trip right here is the most rewarding trip because I'm learning to love myself, be authentic, like you're saying, and realizing that, hey, there's no front here. This is who I am.
Yeah.
And so those other people that are, they have struggles and addiction and things like that, like showing up every day and just being me. Like I might not, my hair might not be fly today, my outfit might not be, but you know what? I'm going to build my mindset. Because education is one thing that you can't take from anybody. That's the weapon. That's the key right there. It's not education. You have to put the action behind it. So the great thing is, you know, just having that I can, I will, I shall be victorious just today. I'm going to be the best version of myself today. Yeah. What happens tomorrow, can't worry about. What happened yesterday, can't do anything about. But as long as I have that forward mindset, that's literally, I know I'm gonna be all right. And God is in my one hand and literally just taking these steps and knowing that just slow down, Adriane. Jesus, it's gonna be okay.
Good. I love that, Adriane.
Yeah, so drop in the comments too. Let me have a one as well, because again, engagement helps out in regards to these lives. And we're gonna hit our top 5 real quick. So, you know, just to have the fun part of it. Okay. So tell me this: what's the one food you can eat every day or every week and never get tired of it? Never get tired.
One food I can eat.
Yes.
I would probably have to go with rice, right? Because I can eat that with butter and sugar, old school, but then I can switch it up and do some salt, pepper, butter, and then whatever gravy that I can have. So I kind of go with rice. I can switch it up.
Okay.
What about you?
For me, I had to switch it up because last week I said pizza, but that wasn't the truth. The truth is watermelon. Like, I can eat watermelon. You know what I'm saying? I could do watermelon all the time.
My mother probably in that type of like, yes. That's her thing. Oh my goodness, yes.
Yes, so, yeah, for sure. I have to honestly say that. So we had to say congratulations, keep going. The sky is not the limit. Go beyond the sky. Come on, Katia. That was amazing.
Right. Thank you, Miss Jones.
Learning to love myself. That's
Adriane. Yes, that was good. Pork chops.
Sergio said pork chops. Okay. Tamara Johnson, the work has to be put in. There are no shortcuts. You just must take the stairs. Come on.
Tammy, that's good.
Come, they dropping bombs today.
For real, yeah.
You had
to after this taking my notes.
You're my kind of girl, watermelon.
I told you, girl, she gonna be in the comments on watermelon.
Right. Now, where are you from, and where do you call home now?
So again, what up, though? Detroit. Then parents moved to Oak Park, but now home is Houston, Katy to be exact. But I definitely love it here, and I've been here this last time because, like I said, it's been a few times back and forth. But this last time, 21 years now.
Okay, awesome.
So yeah, we'll call Houston home.
I love it. I used to live in Dallas, so you know, and like Chris is from Dallas, like Tamara said.
Right,
so
right. Yeah.
I used to live in DeSoto, Lancaster, downtown Dallas, so definitely not too far. But I am born and raised from Detroit, Michigan, and what up though?
What up,
my office in Detroit, you know, so I'm Detroit, Michigan is all it. So the next one we got is, what's your favorite place you've ever traveled to and why?
It's a few that stand out, but I would have to say my honeymoon in Maui. That was, and that's my why. We was trying new things. I went parasailing for the first time. That was just an amazing experience. And we're coming up on our 10-year anniversary on the 23rd of this month. So I'm extremely excited. And I'll be 50 this year, Adriane.
Come on. Yes. That's awesome.
So, yeah. Definitely Hawaii was my best trip that we've taken thus far.
I love it. That's so, for me, I would have to say.
And I know you've gone so many places, right? So.
I have. I have. But you know what? I can say that Toronto was my second home, but one of my favorite places, Italy. When I went to Italy, Lasagna used to be my favorite food, right?
Okay.
I
Okay.
went to Italy and I'm thinking I'm about to get the experience. I'm like, okay, and I went there and it is not like the American version of it. It's not. So my
No.
Italians, I get it. Like we come over here to America, we just take the title and be totally different. Like it was not it. And so
Mhm.
ever since I went to Italy, lasagna is no longer my favorite food. So I
Ah, that's
because
good to know.
yeah, they switched the whole game up. So it's so serious. Katia said her favorite place was Colorado and beautiful in the mountains. I love
It
Colorado
is. I love Colorado too. Yeah, it's really nice there.
too. Yes, and Carol's showing us some love as well. So, okay,
Yeah.
so what holiday or season do you look forward to the most every year?
Mm. So the holiday, I would definitely have to say Thanksgiving. Again, that
Okay.
servitude, heart, love, to just everything that it encompasses. But then the season is summer, right? I'm a
Okay.
summer baby, June 30th, so I love the summer.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, hands down, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
And then
How
mine
about you?
too. Mine too. Thanksgiving because again, it's about the giving. Like I said, 15 years of my foundation, doing the things with
Yeah,
Chris's foundation. What I realized is, like all this materialistic stuff. Of course, I'm on the billionaire journey, but it's not for the money at all. It's for the mindset and to show people the power of purpose. But money is going to help.
sure.
Now, now with the billionaire plan, in regards to Thanksgiving and Christmas, those are our key foundation, our giving times. And seeing so many families that are, in need of, may need a little bit of help sometimes. That's
Mm,
why Thanksgiving, I just love that time because we do something, a giving effort in regards to our foundation,
yes,
and just seeing that passion and that smile on someone's face.
that's,
That's what it drives me every day.
that's huge. That's huge.
So we have Katia saying Christmas, and then her season is winter as well. And we'll get to your last question as well, Adonis, right when we wrap up at our top five. So I got one more for you in regards to the top five. If you could recommend one book or movie that changed your mindset forever, what would it be?
Mm, just one, huh? So I'm kind of like, my husband got me into John Maxwell,
Okay,
right?
okay.
So I love turning mistakes into stepping stones is a really big one, and the difference maker. I really, really
Nice.
enjoy these. And then the last one I'm gonna have to say to plug Keller Williams is The One Thing. This is
Okay,
a phenomenal read. I love that.
good.
And
So the Taylor Williams tell you guys to read that one, or why would you? Why? What happened there?
it's impactful in your journey with real estate, and then just in life in general, right? It teaches you
Hmm.
about the one thing, on what's important, and keeping the one thing the main thing.
Okay,
And so
okay.
that has definitely been instrumental with me. And impact doesn't, one of my mantras is impact doesn't require perfection, right?
I know
It's
that's
just
right.
intention.
I
So
know
I
that's
lead with
right.
purpose, and I trust that being real will always
Mhm.
reach the right people.
It will, and that's the crazy thing is it's the right people. It's not. It might not reach everybody, but
Exactly.
the right people. And so Sergio, he literally got me on that one because that's what I'm about to say. Mine is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Another one my husband got me on. Yes.
yes, like the mindset. When I realized in the game too, like the getting out of the rat race, when I realized that I am in a rat race and the whole mindset, learning about how money works,
Mm,
that's what that book, that Rich Dad Poor Dad, like Robert Kiyosaki is a billionaire on
yeah.
purpose.
Hmm.
Like, and that's why me and Sergio are going to connect, and he just doesn't even know it. Like, he slid in my DMs yesterday. It was like, Adriane, I just asking about just supporting this affiliate marketing journey, and he's in real estate as well, and
Nice.
just literally just supporting each other, and that's so key in regards to authenticity, and one of the things that's missing in the online space. So
Mm,
so we did have a question from Adonis real quick. Did you mind taking it in regards to, he was asking, what's one
sure.
common mistake you see buyers or sellers make, and how do you help them and avoid it?
Um, One of the things that I've noticed with buyers is not wanting to use an inspector prior to
Mm.
purchasing a home. And that's key and it's essential, right? Sometimes, again, we don't know what we don't know, but they have tools and equipment that's able to see and transcend past walls that we may not be able to know, and just the equipment with appliances and things of that nature. Your roof, you want to make sure those 5 key factors or components are working well. And for sellers, staging your home properly, making sure that you do something as simple as making sure it's clean, right? You'd be surprised some of the homes I've gone over and they want to sell their home, and it's like, we have to clean it first. So just starting there, just making your home presentable for others to come in to possibly be able to purchase it.
Love
I hope
you.
that
Great answer.
answered your question, Adonis.
And then Richard overall said he's proud of you. So that's amazing.
Thank you, cousin. I've received so much love. They knew I was so nervous. This is my first one. So they have definitely helped me out and showed me love. Thank you all so very much.
You are doing amazing. I don't listen, you're doing awesome. I couldn't tell this is your first one. So let's get to the we round the third. So if you can go back and give yourself one piece of advice, and people that's here as well, play along with us and drop it in the comments. But if you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice to your younger self, what would that be?
That's good. I was supposed to think about that one, Adriane. So my younger self, I would say, stay present. Today is where you are. Focus on the day and be present in it at all times. Just be present. I know it's something when I get off of here, I'm gonna be like, oh, and I should have said this, and oh my gosh. But that, as of right now, I'm gonna have to stand 10 toes down of it. But yeah, and I'll be texting you later, like, this is what I should have
said. So Tamara, definitely thanks you for the support. And that's a good one. James has a good question. We'll do that one in a second as well. And so Katia said you're amazing. You're doing amazing. So we got to make sure that we show some love for you as well.
Thank you.
And in regards to answering that one, if I could tell my younger self one thing, honestly, will be the importance of being authentic and just being honest. Like,
yes.
I literally was laughing at myself earlier today because it was simple as, you know how lies take work. You got to remember what the lie was. You got to, go try to cater to, put sprinkles on the top. Like, if I could have just been loving myself and just been authentic, I probably would have been, shoot, a girl, bye. Like, just realizing that I'm not like everybody else, and owning that and being accountable for my actions, and then listening to my, and just taking whatever flack comes. It's not that bad. This too shall pass. And really realize that, hey, people do make mistakes. And that's a part of life. Like, I was such a perfectionist. I'm a Virgo, cannot help it. And so just trying to displease everybody. But honestly, it's all about God's plan. It's not my plan, Adriane. So if I could go back and tell myself one thing, and I would honestly say, just be honest, Adriane, be authentic.
That's good.
Seriously, all of the word. So before
and that's something that at this point I kind of pride myself on now, because before it was, especially being younger, I lied a lot and I got in trouble a lot. And so now I think I'm honest to a fault, right? Some things I tell I probably shouldn't even be. My husband be like, really, did you have to say all that? So yeah, I think I love your answer with that, the honesty, for sure.
Thank you. So before we wrap up, James Brown had a question. Where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 5 years? I love this question. We both get looking. James want to just make us go there, huh? Where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 5 years, and how do you plan on getting there? Good question, James.
Oh, James Brown. So in the next 2 to 5 years, I see myself in the luxury commercial division. I've started with commercial, just listing some land now. So I'm really excited about that. Keller Williams has an amazing luxury division, the market center that I'm with now. And I see myself working within luxury as well as commercial, and just taking the steps that it takes to get there, starting with the classes, getting my certifications and things of that nature to get there. So in 2 to 5 years, you see me doing luxury.
I love it. If I have to answer that question, James, I would honestly say, honestly, I'm gonna stick with this playbook. and build upon it. You know, just take, I want to do speaking engagements. I literally was looking at Tony Robbins. He charges $750 to $900,000 for one speaking engagement, just one.
Wow.
And all he's doing is inspiring and motivating people with reality and real talk. So doing the work and putting my head down this year for 2025, and the next 2 to 5 years, I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be like, you know, literally showing people. I want to take people and show people financial education with the rat race, the game. And so, you know, just being able to kind of show people what's possible online, build people real estate professionals up as well, and understanding this online branding is important and being authentic in it. And so it's going to take time. So this is my end game. Like I enjoy what I do finally. Like I've done so many things. And now I've realized that I want to be Grant Cardone getting 15 million likes on his information, because people want to understand how he's a billionaire with real estate all over the world. Like I want that, and be able to be having like the Kevin Harts and all these different people, Usher, you know, like,
and we can, and we will,
and we're gonna get there, right? And then, but it takes time in the process, and I that's the part that was honestly, James, the most real talk for me. So Tamara said her younger self, she would advise her younger self to embrace confidence. That's awesome. In your true self. Don't seek validation from others or dim brilliance. Shine brightly and go for it. Come on, Tamara.
She's dropping some gems.
Right.
That is amazing.
And then Jay Brown said, I've read that's a good one too. Who Moved My Cheese and My Teens? It's about pivoting and quickly adapting to a changing environment. And she said, great job, sis. Great job.
Oh, wow. She's a
your girl. My advice to my younger self would be, you are not a burden. Ooh, and you don't have to earn love. Speak up. Even if your voice trembles, your truth matters. What happened to you does not define you. Come on. You want to be on my live and
and it's okay to ask for help. This is fantastic. Right. I love this.
I love it too. Healing takes time, and it won't always make sense, but you'll get there. Protect your peace, even if it means letting go. Be kind to your body. It's stronger than you know. And remember, even when you feel unseen, God sees you, and he always has. Come on. Continue with the mic drop. Seriously. That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kosha, Tammy, my mom, Adonis. Like, it's been a lot of love on here. Jay, my sister in love. So thank you guys so much. So much love. My husband. It's a lot of love, support.
And that's what it's supposed to be about, right? Support. You know, she's look, you know, Ms. Matthews said, can't nobody be you being you. That's it.
So she's often said that to me.
Yes. So again, I'm gonna give you a couple of moments. Hopefully your first live was amazing. You did great, for real. But if you had to leave and I'm gonna put your information back up as well. But if you had to say, share with the audience one thing just to kind of end things off, like, I want to go ahead and give you that opportunity here now as well. So, and this is where you can actually find Tanisha on her Facebook. But go ahead, Tanisha, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Again, that one thing for me, I truly appreciate the opportunity, Adriane, to get in front of people, to speak it and share a bit of my story. A little bit of my why. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. And everyone that's on, if I didn't say your name, thank you so much for the support. It has definitely helped me out. I'll go back to, Kosha is awesome. She's fantastic. And everyone that I have named, you guys are amazing, and thank you. But it goes back to my personal mindset, and just hope that this impacts on someone else. But it doesn't your impact, it doesn't require perfection at all. It's just the intention, right? Your intention to show up every day. Sometimes we fail ourselves at doing that. I have a mentor, Christy Hall, that would always tell me, just show up. That's sometimes the hardest part of anything, is just being able to show up. And once you get there, oftentimes opportunities come forth that you had no expectation on or no knowledge of. So being able to lead with purpose and trust that being real will always reach the right person.
That's it.
And if you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or invest in real estate, contact me, Tanisha Renee with Keller Williams Memorial, 832-352-9590. Thank you so very much.
Amazing. Monique said you did awesome. James is throwing out my name. I appreciate you, bro. So, Tanisha, I do want to truly, like I said, literally thank you for just even saying yes today. Like I said, you didn't have to do this at all. And literally, I just said, it was crazy thing. Seriously, I was thinking about, I was like, who do I want on my live? And you were so amazing, just how authentic you were in regards to referring Enyka to her realtor to help out in regards to the home buying process. And I was like, oh my God, all this time I've been in mortgages,
we've known each other, right?
We've never connected. Like, so literally I wanted to give you the stage and the opportunities and honestly, just thank you for taking your time and just saying yes to me. It was not even a forced situation. And that's the part for me, this being your first time, I honestly want to thank you just being a part of our legacy, because, Enyka and I are on the billionaire plan for us to be able to help people just like us and who literally have a story, but how to get there is just taking risks, trying new things, doing things outside the box. And that's what you literally did in moments and in no thought at all. So I truly appreciate you as well, my friend, just showing up. And I will be in Houston, you know that. And please connect with her in regards to leaving the comments too if you guys need help in regards to buying or selling a home. She is an amazing person, realtor, and like I said, authenticity. That's her middle name. So thank you, my friend. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you all for the love. Thank you so much. And Adriane, again, thank you so much for the opportunity.
No worries, my friend. So I'm going to actually wrap it up here as well. Thank you guys so much for showing up here today. And don't hesitate to go to realestate.meaningtochangellc.com. And we have the opportunity to just go ahead and get the playbook, because again, what the playbook and the whole purpose of it is to actually build and grow your brand. So we have some amazing lineup coming up here soon. So Tanisha, again, thank you so much. And the replay will be available on beingthechangellc.com in case you missed today. But next week on the 20th, we have Jacquise Purifoy with the Purifoy Experience. She's going to be live with us to be able to have virtual live conversations. Then from there, May 27th, my business partner's birthday, Delon at Matthews and Adriane Gaines in Special Giving Studio, homeowners in their 20s. So want to actually talk about the first time home buying process with them as well. And, of course, it's going to be an amazing day because that is the 27th. June 3rd, we're going to have Joe Bosh, which is Chris Bosh's brother, who's in Atlanta, has his own one-on-one elite training camp, as well as a consulting group. So we're going to have him come on talking about home ownership in Atlanta, Georgia area. And he's going to be, answering, kind of doing the same format. June 10th, we have Jimmy Millen with JB Millen Consulting, and he's going to come on board. He worked with me at Rocket Mortgage and now has his own mortgage brokerage and going to tell me real talk stories, like real people showing up for each other. Then we have on the 17th, Zack Jenkins, who is going to be he's a part of my Passion Over Profits community. And so this real estate professional is killing it. And so, we're going to talk a little bit about AI as well as, Kingdom Growth Partners, his LLC brand, where he actually helps and does real estate coaching and things of that nature, and how Passion Over Profits has been helping out his actual legacy. And then June 24th, we have Catalina Galeano. She's in Houston as well. And she's a loan officer with New American Funding, but she's also with UCES Credit Protection. She's working with us and some of our clients in regards to building credit and getting the credit portfolio correct. So you're in the right place. And so last week we had May 6th, Celina Chow, which is Daniel Chow, my mentor's wife, and it was her first time live. So you can catch the replay again at beingthechangellc.com. So subscribe, my friends. Come on board. Definitely enjoying the journey and the growth within it. Because again, how you get to your authentic self is the quick start playbook to authentic lead generation. And again, you can find that right at my website and realestatebeingthechangellc.com. So I know that was a mouthful. I know that was a lot. But the great thing is, yay! Thank you again, Tanisha, for that opportunity to just speak with you today. Thank you, everybody, for showing up here today in regards to just kind of showing us love. Thank you, Kosha. You've been amazing. And, in regards to showing up, thank you, Siobhan, for showing up, as well as Jackie, giving us the love and interacting. Hey, it's going to get better each time. These are live. And what of the one piece, if I had to leave anything in regards to these virtual conversations, in regards to the why that we do these in the first place, everybody, like Tanisha said, has a story. And the story that you have to tell might be different from someone else. But the key thing is, when you have help and when you have a play to be able to get you there, that's what the playbook is all about. That's what the building of the brand is all about. And that's what, in regards to knowing that, hey, the billionaire brand is not going to be overnight, but it can happen. So when you have these, the whole purpose is to empower real estate professionals to transform their personal journey into powerful marketing tools by learning how to attract, share, and authentic stories that build trust, attract ideal clients, and increase visibility online and offline. So like Tanisha did today, showing up how to stop hiding behind the algorithm, quit making excuses, and start standing out by showing up in their truth, in their community, and in their content. So we talked about who we're going to have live here coming up here soon, and we're booked all the way through the end of June. So again, hopefully you enjoyed this amazing session here today. Again, thank you so much, Jay, for showing up. And, everybody that showed up here today, we definitely thank you guys. And so I always end how we're in. And let me know in the comments if there's anything that you want to see in July, or anyone in regards to kind of building the brand. Virtual live conversations with Adriane Mays. We're going to have real talk, real conversations, and real success. So drop in the comments a 1 for me before we leave here. If you got some engagement here today, I really enjoyed you guys as well in regards to building the brand. And, I'm going to ask in regards to just letting me know, be real talk with me. Adriane, change this. Adriane, don't do this. I'm listening. I'm trying. I'm growing. I want to be the Grant Cardone that's actually impacting people. And head over and grab the playbook, because again, the key thing is about having the play is running the play. You can be the Dallas Mavericks 1.8%. Come on, that's crazy. And they got the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. Like, that is crazy in itself. Like, the odds of you being a billionaire, it's the top 1%. So me on my billionaire journey, celebrating with an amazing H-Town, Tanisha, God could have done it a better way. Thank you. So hopefully you enjoyed today, my friends. How we end all my lives. I can, I will, I shall be victorious. What up, though, Detroit and Houston? Let's go. Deuces. Thank you for showing up here today, guys. I truly appreciate the support.